Hey guys, welcome to Onzi in Color. I just want to say I'm really happy with the way that Saturday night stream turned out, and today I would like to touch on a little bit more about it. Now, when I was beginning out in the streaming community, I knew nothing about Twitch. I knew nothing about any of the platforms. I knew YouTube you could watch videos on. I never thought I would ever become a content creator. Not once. Now, like I said, I was struggling with some health problems. I was off for 7 months, almost 8 months. Well, November, 8 or 9 months last year. And I was sitting around playing video games because I could barely have the strength to get up. My kids weren't letting me carry groceries because every time I did, I'd go white as a ghost. I was in so much pain that my mom actually showed up at my place the one day after I told her I was calling in sick because I wasn't feeling good and I couldn't have the energy to get off the couch and go to my job. She showed up and looked at me and went, "You need to sit down because you're gonna pass out and you look like you're gonna faint. You look like death." Thanks, Mom. I did not look healthy. It actually scared my kids. I hate to say it, but it did. It took almost 6 months to find out what was wrong with me. And after my doctor failed me miserably, and I don't care if I say that out loud, but she failed me miserably. She chopped it up to anxiety attacks. She then turned to me and said, "I can't find anything medically wrong with you." I said, "I want to go see my specialist because a lot of you know, well, anyone who's from Twitch knows I have sarcoidosis. I was diagnosed with it about 4 years ago. My last scan showed I still had it. That was last year because I had to have a bunch of tests done. So it's in my lungs and it's in my lymph nodes. I get flare ups, and I can tell when they're a flare up because I just feel exhausted and I just want to sleep for days. And it's really hard on my mental health too. So that on top of content creating is a little difficult. So because I was dealing with all that and I couldn't work, I ended up quitting my job and I was gaming a lot because there wasn't much I could do without feeling exhausted. Like my heart rate was racing and everything else. It felt like I was having mini heart attacks, to be honest. My oldest child looked at me and said, "Mom, why don't you try streaming? You're not working. It might be a way if you eventually become, yeah, to the point of making money, you can make some money off of it and we can pay some bills and get some groceries and, I had no income coming in." So that journey started on this about, what was it? December 6th or something like that. I started to record my gameplays on my phone, setting it on my lap and just playing Fortnite with my friends and everything else. So I was using my phone as my recorder because I never had to clip content before, so I never knew how to set it all up through the Xbox. I would sit there and record a whole gameplay replay on Fortnite and then clip it down to the sections I wanted and post it on TikTok. And then I started to jump on Twitch. And before I even hit the stream button, I wanted to go check out a few streams. So there's some content creators I had come across online. I jumped in their chats and, I started to get to know people, started to see what it was all about and what it was like and asking questions. And, some people make you feel like you have to have the best mic, the best, camera, the best this, the best that, you know, you have to have a PC, you know, it's better content because you can use OBS, you can use all this stuff and sound alerts and da 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 da. I had my Xbox and my headset and my TV. And that was it. After a week of convincing myself, I finally jumped on and started streaming. And I wouldn't have changed that decision for the world. I love content creation. I love meeting the new people. I love being able to get to know people and chat. I've had people around for that long that I still talk to. Hell, I was just in one of their chats yesterday, I think it was, before I started my stream. And you know, they had a feeling about me that, you know, one day I would be really good at streaming. And then I told him about my change of content. He's like, you know, you're the type of person. You got that personality that you can make it. To hear those words were, you know, I can do this. It was a validation of, you know, someone who has seen my content over the years, who found me on TikTok, saying, hey, you know, I know you have it in you. I've watched you grow. And you can do this. It's really nice to hear that. I think a lot of content creators don't hear that enough. That they're doing good. Hey, you've come so far. You know, a year ago you weren't talking to chat as much. You know, you're doing awesome now. People need to hear this goodness because everything's so negative. And it's not like it's all meant to be negative. Like, yeah, you get your trolls out there, but people say things and they don't mean to say it in the way that it's said. And it gets taken the wrong way. And you know, you eventually you start off with one type of content and then you start changing things up because you know, you're trying to find your groove. I swear the first year and a half of streaming in general, you're trying to find that foothold of what you want to do, and it's a lot of trial and error. And there's some people out there in your communities and in your chats that are like, "Hey, no. You need to do this because that's what you used to do." Well, but people grow. We grow as content creators. We grow as, you know, people. Our views on things change. Our passion for something changes. You know, we get the means to be able to do something we really want to do. For me, I'm good at the talking portion. I'm not so good at the gameplay portion because I get distracted too easily. I like being able to just sit there and have that conversation with someone. The gameplay brought them in, but I like to think that I made them stay because they enjoyed hanging out with me and not the gameplay. Because let's be real, man, I'm a fucking bot. You know, bot play is turned into my slogan after a while. Because I was never really good at the gameplay part. I enjoy gaming. I enjoy the no pressure, the just having fun, goofing around portion of the whole gameplay part. But then those things started to change. My content started to change. I started to try and branch out into other games because I wasn't feeling the one game because I felt like I was pressured to play the one game. And every time I changed my game, someone would, you know, voice their opinion. And I wasn't good at setting boundaries then. And, you know, I think being able to set good boundaries as a content creator is huge. And I'm finally starting to become that person where I know I can set the boundaries with certain people. I still have lots to work on myself, personally. But in my content, it's gotten easier to say, hey, no, you know what? This is my thing. This is what we're doing. And being assertive like that, sometimes I may have gone the wrong way about it, but you need to learn to set the boundaries. Because your gameplay, your content's going to progress and change. And your true people that are there for you as a content creator are the ones that are going to stick around. I'm lucky with that. I've gotten to meet some pretty amazing fucking people. And I know I try not to stream on my podcast, but when I think about these people that I have met, I have formed these friendships with, it makes me happy. Because if I hadn't started this journey, I wouldn't have met them. They've become pretty important people in my life. And you make those connections over time. And if you're true to yourself, you'll keep those connections over time. But don't stray away from who you are as a person. Just because you're a content creator. And as you get bigger, don't change. A lot of people seem to change as they get more attention. The true ones don't. They stay true to who they are as a person. And they hold their moral values higher than anything else for themselves. And I wish more people would do that now. But never, never let your chat or people in, I should rephrase that, not your chat. Never let the odd people in your, the odd people in your chat try to control what you do on gameplay. Stream what you want to stream. Stream what makes you happy, because as a content creator, if you're not feeling the game and if you're not enjoying it, it's going to show. With or without a camera, it's going to show. Don't play a game because you think it's going to get you views. Because honestly, I stay in people's chats because of who they are as a person and my interactions with them. Not because of the game they're playing. And I think that needs to be start to be valued more. And some people, if you're looking for content about gameplay or, how to do certain things, there are streamers out there that do that and that are really good at that. Now, if you're looking for the interaction, not all the time are you going to get that. I know lots of content creators that are I'm friends with that are amazing at gameplay. I got a couple of buddies pretty good at Apex too. And I know if I put if I was passionate about it, I could do it. I'm not a competitive person. I'm not going to compete for things. The one thing I've always wanted to do with my content is eventually help people. I've always been the mom of the group, as everyone labels me. Heck, half my people call me Mama Onslaught or Mama Onzi. I've always been the one to take care of people. And I'll never change that about me. But just because I want to help doesn't mean that you get to use it. I'll help you. I'll help you get started. I've helped a lot of people get back into streaming, get back into content creation. I've helped people restart over. I've helped people not know where to go from there. And having an about me, having a little split about yourself, it makes you more relatable to other people. And I know a lot of streamers that do read the about me section. So to think that people don't actually read it is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. I try to be as true as I can be, well, on display on social media. Of course, there are things in my life I want to keep private because it is my life. And content creation and my home life don't need to blend over. They do, because I have a kid that streams. And my kids are very much involved in my streaming as much as they would like to be. I don't make it so that they have to be, but the option is there for them. I am a parent first, a content creator second. Well, actually, no. I'm me first. And I come first. And my family is second. And then content creation, because it is like my job. I love it. But there's a lot more work that goes into it that people don't understand. If you want to do it as a hobby, do it as a hobby. Don't watch the viewer count. Don't follow the, achievements. Do it because you enjoy it. Now, those of you that want to make it a career eventually, stay working until you have a solid platform. Don't jump the gun. Because honestly, even if I made it big, I'm still going to work. I'm still going to do something outside of this because it keeps me sane. Keeps me grounded. And hell, I have to. I want kids that are going to be able to work one day. I know this was kind of like a little bit of a rant on the struggles of streaming. But these were my struggles in streaming. From where I started to where I am now. And it was a lot. A lot of trial and error. A lot of mental health breaks. Because people don't realize how exhausting mentally streaming can be. And I try my best to be there for everyone I try to be there for. But sometimes now that I have this actually as a separate space, I can walk away and go out to the living room, watch movies with the kids. Like, I can leave the room and close the door and give myself that break. And I'm glad I'm able to do that now. And to be able to go in this direction with my content is the biggest change that I couldn't be more excited about, because I bought my first PC. No, I did not do it off of making money off of streaming. And let's be real, I had a really good tax return and I did the, hey, I'm going to spend some money on myself for once. I don't do that often. And I bought a PC. And I bought a new Xbox. So now I have an Xbox in the living room and I have an Xbox in here. Which means I can separate hangout from work. Because even though I love content creating with a passion, it's still a lot of work. It's more work than people realize. I have put in over 80 plus hours a week. A week! Doing extra content creation. Doing stuff for other people, which I've been told many times, many times, that I really should charge for it. Because I go above and beyond for my friends. I built Discords for people, and when I started, I knew nothing about Discord. I had an account. My ex that I was with at the time helped me build my Discord. I had no idea what I was doing. And then, we split up and I had to learn it all. Pardon me. And I had to teach myself. I had to teach myself the bots. I had to teach myself everything I do now. I am self-taught. And if I haven't taught it to myself, I've learnt it from somebody else. And I got to help a friend today with actually some of that. I kind of was teaching them about limiters on audio and stuff I never thought I would be helping other people out with. And they might have to tweak some more of their stuff though, just because their audio setup is different than mine. But just remember, do what makes you happy. Don't do it to please everybody else. You'll get lost in the traffic and you won't go very far. See, for me, now I can get back to enjoying just gameplay and not having to worry about streaming it. I can just play and enjoy the games again. Now, don't get me wrong, this will be posted before the 23rd, so on the 23rd we are doing a subathon over on Twitch. So if you would like to come join and hang out, it is for my birthday. I have a birthday stream coming up, so if you can come and hang out, come and hang out. It is starting off as a 3-hour thing, and if it goes beyond that, it goes beyond that. I do have a chair in case I need to sleep. At that point, I'll probably just throw up a couple streams. You guys can watch them and rotate them through. I don't know. I haven't figured that far out yet, and I just figured we'd figure it out as we go. Who knows? Maybe I'll play some of my podcasts. There's not many of them, but it might be enough for me to get some sleep. Play my old podcast streams or something. I'm not really sure. For those who missed it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to figure that out as the time gets closer. But for those of you who made this far, hit that subscribe button. Let me know some of your struggles in the comments. And if you think there's other topics that we should cover, please drop it below. I will be having Ghostly back on again. Me and him did some really good content the other night. And I can't wait to touch on some more of that stuff with him. Because I feel like we had a really good back and forth. I will definitely be making it so that he is a little more heard than he was. So we shall see how that goes. I am trying not to yawn. It is also 12:30 at night here. I would also like to have one of my mods that has been amazing throughout all this process too and have been following me over to the other platforms. I'd like to have him on for a bit. There are a couple other people in my community I'd like to have on for a talk. I know there's a few that have voiced their opinions on wanting to join in and have some serious talks and join the podcast. I have to figure out what topics will go well with each person. So if you have topics, please drop them in the comments. I look forward to hearing them. I will add the email below in the description. But for those of you who are looking to email some suggestions in, it is onzincolor@gmail.com. And I will make sure the correct spelling for you guys is down below because it is not how you probably think it's spelled. Because I get lots of variations on how my name is spelled. I think this is a longer podcast where it's just been me, no stream, no distractions of chats. Because most of my streams have been dual streams lately. So I hope to see you guys around, and I hope you guys can see more of my content. I hope to bring you guys more topics, and eventually things, I hope, will go in the direction I want it to, and we'll move away from more of the streaming topics to more of the in real life stuff, the real topics in life, because I need that brain stimulant again. So, be unique. Be you. be imperfectly perfect. I'll see you guys on the next episode.